Is it on?
It's on. It's running.
Oh, hey, bitch. Hey, bitch.
Fui feliz com ela, fiquei com ela juntinho. Mas hoje eu sou favela, e as pepecas vêm em mim.
So what's good, y'all? Welcome to the second episode of my travel vlog. I have my friends here today. I have my great friend Adrienne.
Hello.
And my bad.
And her great friend Rod.
And my great friend Rod as well. They both live in Rio De Janeiro with me.
I don't like my wrinkle in my neck.
You don't have a wrinkle in your neck. So today we talking about Brazilian men's.
Men's.
They asked me, they said, what are the similarities between, now listen, I got a lot of followers from New York. They didn't say American men. They said, what's the similarities between New York men and Rio?
All right, well, that's
all
all
differences.
First of all, I feel like you got two different types of New York men. Mm-hmm. You got the natives that are born there, and you got the implants.
Ooh,
implants are different from the folks that are born there. So, you're talking about people that are born in New York, New Yorkers, or transplants that moved there.
By the way, y'all, I'm doing my makeup for my show. So if you see me over here, you know, working at my face, it's literally because of that. I have a show tonight. But no, you're right. You do have like implants and stuff like that. And you do have implants in Rio too as well. Yeah. They're from the Northeast.
From other cities. Minas Gerais.
Mm-hmm. And like, what's the similarities between them and like New York? I don't know. I feel like New York men are trash. I'm sorry.
I don't think I ever dated a New Yorker.
What?
A real New Yorker.
Oh.
All the New Yorkers I dated were transplants. People from other cities.
I've met a nice few New Yorkers. I mean, I ain't date them.
No, I
They seem like decent men.
I never dated
They
anybody
seem like
I think that was
decent
born and
people.
raised New York. No, so I don't know what real New Yorkers are like as far as dating.
I just feel like Cariocas are a different type of person, breed of man in themselves when it comes to dating. They're a different type of guy. I feel like they're very unique. Like Rio in general is a lot of contradictions. Like they're very nice people, but then they can also be extremely crazy at the same time.
Ooh, child.
So you can meet the nicest people in the world, but I think their dating style works for them.
I feel like being that it's Rio and majority of the area, the tourist area, the famous areas, it's like a beach city.
Yeah.
It's a tourist area, so you have a lot of transplants that come here to live. Then you have a lot of visitors that are like coming, and it's, you know, being a foreigner living in Rio, meeting other foreigners, there are people here that are very temporary. They come for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and then they
Just
go
like we were
back
saying about Florida,
to their country. Yeah, it's like when you live in a beach city, I think sex is very open. You know, people are very naked, hence
me.
Hence naked.
I'm not that naked. I feel like I'm overdressed. Adrienne always tells me I'm overdressed.
With her lingerie in the daytime. Lingerie in the daytime.
In the side of the city where the workers go for lunch.
Listen, we already spoke about business attire out there. They be coming out with deep U, the titties out.
Plunging necklines.
Is this work?
Can we get back to the subject?
Okay, let's get back to the subject.
So,
go ahead.
Being that it is a beach city and a very touristy city, I feel that people come here temporarily and leave. The Brazilian people that are born and raised in Rio, I think, also are very temporary in their terms of dating, and not only just dating, but their friendship. It's like,
that's true.
They tell you, oh my God, hey, nice to meet you, love you, come over, meet up. Okay, we'll meet up next Saturday, and you walk away, and it's like,
never
okay,
see
so
them again.
Oh, did they even give you your number? Like, how am I supposed to meet you if I don't know how to contact you?
But I feel like they're like that even with the people who live here, and I think they're just so used to that type of culture.
Yeah.
Sex and people being so readily available.
Yeah. And it's the beach and people are naked all the time.
Sex is not taboo here.
People are naked all the time. Oh. It's hot.
Like sex is not taboo.
It's not
here.
taboo. It's
not.
It's nothing
not.
Like there's no holds barred.
You
know,
know.
Go like, oh, we can't talk about this. We can't do this. This is very like how we say let's go get a coffee together. They'll be like,
yeah, let's
so,
have sex.
Want to go have sex?
Exactly. Being in Copacabana by the beach, it's that they walk out of the beach in the supermarket with their thongs on. I mean, it's nothing. You leave the beach, you go to the supermarket, you go home. You're
That's a
naked.
fact.
It's all like this. This city is naked like this.
Yeah.
So
It's readily available. It's
Readily
very
available.
And
easy,
just a
very
disclaimer,
easy.
we are not talking about the entire Brazil. We are talking about Rio. Because a
and
lot
our
of
experience of what we see. This
Because-
is our opinion.
Exactly, because a lot of people I know are gonna say, that's not true. I'm from Minas Gerais. We do not walk around naked. I'm just listen.
We're talking about our experiences with Carioca.
we're in Rio de Janeiro,
People in
specifically Rio.
Rio. Because anybody else in Brazil will tell you for a fact, Cariocas are very different.
The first time I went to Sao Paulo, I saw so many people with clothes on. I was
Clothes. You thought you was in New York,
Like, I was like, what? A whole jacket? Like, who wears that? Boots and a scarf? Yeah.
Talking about sex. What's the sex like, y'all? I first want to say, I haven't had the experience like you guys have.
Easy.
Who has
Well, damn. Hold
What you
up.
mean, you guys?
Because I was dating for a very long time. I didn't get to.
I was too.
No, I'm in a relationship.
24 hours.
Right, but she trying to make
That's
us
a
to be her
long
whole
time.
friend.
No,
Her whole
that's not what I'm
friends.
saying. I was in a relationship, so I feel like I didn't have the luxury, or I didn't have the opportunities to date or say, hey, yo, I heard you was buying my beer tonight. I haven't had that. Have you had that opportunity?
No, because they don't offer me shit.
I haven't had that opportunity here, so therefore I don't know. But let's talk about something that I do know, which is the sex. So,
Well, being that you only had it with one person, do you really know the experience about having sex with Cariocas? Well,
Okay.
I don't kiss and tell.
But it's, as long as it's positive. Now, if it's negative, that's...
I don't know. Sex is overrated.
It is.
A dime a dozen.
Because it's so easily.
It's so
so
easy to
easy.
get.
It's
It's so
available.
easy.
It loses its luster.
It loses it. I agree. It loses its luster. It's so easy, and it's like it's. I don't know. When you see so many naked bodies after a while, you don't realize it's a naked body anymore.
But you would think the men would act that way, but they
That's a
still
nice color,
act.
by the way.
They still act like, you know, they ain't seen nothing before if you wear something.
Yo,
As much as people walk around
outside-
naked from the beach in their string dental floss bikinis, they will stare at you.
She said dental floss.
Dental floss bikinis. I said
Yeah, they
it.
do.
They will stare at you like a open. I'm telling you, I tell this to everybody. They look at me like I'm an open vagina walking down the street like this, and then they.
But I think that's every woman.
Exactly.
I
But
think
you
that-
would think I'm fully dressed.
Unless
I'm
you're a
overdressed.
grandmama on a cane, I think they think about that.
They
for
were staring
every
at my
woman.
mother too.
But your mama young though.
She's 60.
Yeah, mama's sexy though. That's the difference.
I haven't met Mama Adrienne, so I don't know what she looks like.
What is that on your face?
Concealer.
Let her be. She's baking. She's baking.
She doing her Indian makeup, her war makeup.
I had this on today, and I'm just like, don't y'all see naked women all the time? Y'all in a country, or not a country, a city full of women that are basically naked.
Braless.
Child, I told you somebody walked
Braless.
outside with a bra on. Now, mind you, I do have a bra on today, but no, this chick had a bra.
Nah,
Like,
girls with today
So
be
this
walking
is
around
this is the
bouncing
thing.
down the street.
Even as open as body wise and sensuality that Brazil, particularly Rio, is open, but it's also a very conservative Catholic country. I was surprised when someone said that, oh, I'm evangelical, and it's like, okay, and I went to the church, but they had sheer drop down and cleavage showing with come hump me pumps on, and I was like, oh, but you a Christian woman, okay,
Oh, so
I
you
get
Christian.
And that's why I say the city is full of contradictions.
Contradictions. I totally
it's
agree
the
with
most
that.
sexy religious country you will ever
Exactly.
go to.
Even though it's a very open country.
Conservative and old-fashioned, very.
Exactly. You have Rio, Brazil, not even just Rio, but the entire country that legalized gay marriages before the United States did. But they will bash somebody if they walking out and holding hands, if they see a gay couple holding hands. You know, so it's like one of those open but conservative countries. It's open that they accept a lot, but they don't necessarily show it in the streets. I think it's a very behind-the-scenes hidden thing.
But that's how the men are. And ultimately, when they date women, they're very conservative in their standards and their morals. They want to be with their woman. They want to be the man to their woman. Like, hold their hand, like make sure they on
Don't
the
let go.
inside, protect them. But
Don't let go.
also, they very. What's the opposite of conservative?
Liberal?
Liberal.
They're very liberal about their values with their relationship. I'll say that. Because they think having sides are just a whole very common thing. They're like, what you mean? Yeah, I got a girl, so.
I'm married, by the way. Hello.
Yes,
Married.
Hi, Anderson.
Ooh, married, by the way. And the most interesting thing is that when I first got married, you know, I'm a good Southern Christian Georgia boy. As I'm hanging out with friends that happen to be single, and then this guy kind of walks over and he's like, hey, it was like, I can make you feel good. And I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I'm married. And he's like, oh, and so I'm married too. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, yeah, and here's the picture of my wife. And I was like, okay, and you married to a woman and you want to talk to me? And it's like,
They'll do that in the same sentence.
it's like, in the same sentence, like, yo, what's up? It's like,
horrible.
okay.
A Carioca men could be the best and the worst boyfriend that you've ever had. Because again, they really value their relationships and being the man in their relationships and they love that they're with that person. But they also love having sex with everybody else too.
I just want to let y'all know, y'all better be ready for these comments because people are definitely gonna disagree and say that's not true and I'm not like that. Well, first of all, we're not talking about you.
If it don't apply, let it fly.
Exactly.
We
If
just
the shoe
making
don't
very general
don't wear it.
statements about our experiences.
Last thing, let's talk about the looks. Because a lot of American people, not just women, have asked me, like, you know, what's the look out here? What's
Naked.
The
Men are smaller here in size, and not just I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying in general, they're
what?
you like smaller what? Frame wise, you know, like Americans were built a little differently. We're built a little bit more solid, more thicker. They're kind of their frames are very
It's the
small.
hormones
Well,
in our food.
I was about to say, let's go. Why are men smaller here? Because I think the food is just more natural.
Yeah.
In the U.S., where you have
They have
processed
no
food,
muscle.
and
No, the
They
food,
have no
they have
muscle tone.
hormones in the food.
and
in
also
America.
too, larger because they eat a lot and the
Yeah.
processed food. You
It's
know,
not
Just like the
that.
women in the U.S. are really big.
The women, and the women here are very small.
They're small.
But that's also, it's not just that. It's also when during the time during the slave trade, America got a lot of West Africans. From Brazil, they got a lot of East Africans. They're genetically they're
Really?
different. Genetically,
I
they're
thought
different.
So why the fuck they into Yoruba?
Who?
Genetically, they're different.
No, why are they into Yoruba if they from East Africa?
That's what this is what they said. That, people from, you know, America, our diaspora was not from the same part of Africa.
Okay.
And it makes more sense. It would make more sense from, I don't know, but genetically, that's why they're built a little differently. Genetically, it's not, I mean, I don't think the food does play a part, but genetically, they're not built to be that size. And even if they do get bigger, it doesn't hang the same way it hangs in America.
What?
I'm not talking about hanging. I'm talking about like
Strange
weights.
fruit hanging?
Weights. I'm talking about
Can somebody collect Rod,
Strange fruits
please? I'm
hanging.
giving
He
Rod
needs-
away.
he needs to be
I'm
on
like, what you
timeout.
watching?
Rod
He's gonna go with the timeout.
for sale, y'all. He's for sale. Come get him, please.
Ain't cheap though.
Ow! He's for sale, y'all. He's on OLASHI. If you want to buy him, yes, he's available for you guys.
And
He has
I
no filter.
don't divide my payments.
He has
no
filter.
parcela.
No parcel. I do not divide my payments.
I'll just say this overall, my opinions about Carioca men. Like I said, they're just like everything in Rio. Lots of contradictions. Those are probably the best and the worst that you'll probably ever deal with. I don't think you'll have some complaints if you come in here to hook up. I think you easily
Oh, that's
get it.
easy.
It's very easy, and I think you'll be satisfied. I don't know anybody that hasn't been.
Can we keep it a buck on here since we already keep it
We
a
already
buck?
did.
I feel like they have better sex than Americans.
I believe that.
But I'm in the best experience now because I's married now.
Y'all, tell us if you like this video. Drop comments below. Do you disagree with anything? We're all open for feedback and disagreements.
I'm
And if
open to hear your opinions.
If you need my cash app to get me a facelift because I got wrinkles on my neck.
Yes,
He's on
Cash
OLSE.
App too. I'm accepting.
I will drop the Cash App in the comments. Tune in next Tuesday, you guys. Thank you, Adrienne. Thank you, Rod, for being here. Let's do one last cheers.
Ching
Ching
ching.
ching.
Eye
Ching,
contact
ching.
for bad
Oh,
sex.
yeah. What?
Yeah.
The
Y'all had
now
that.
I'm ruined. Forget it. Cut the tape. Cut the tape.